Hi, my name is Amanda Rocha. I'm an estate planning and probate attorney in California, and today I'm going to talk to you about the assets that are actually included in probate. Before I get into that, I want to give you my contact information. You can find me on my website, www.amandarocalaw.com. You can comment down below if this platform allows you to do that, or as always, you can find me on my social media at Amanda Rocha Law. The reason I am going to get into this topic today is because many people are not sure what actually is counted as your estate in probate and what items are only counted for the value of your estate versus what items pass outside of your estate. So I want to give you some basic information that you can use in order to decide what kind of accounts maybe you even want to have, or give you a general idea of what kind of account, what your accounts now can and will do. First of all, probate, if you are unsure, is the court process in which your estate is reviewed by a judge and anything that you owned will be distributed to your beneficiaries or your heirs when you've passed away after all of your debts have been paid. This process is not necessary if you have a correct estate plan, and probate is very expensive. It's a tiered payment process that is set in stone by the legislature. I mean, they can change it, but they haven't changed it in a while, and based on the value of your estate, the cost for probate goes up and up and up. There is a sort of gradual up. It's not just straight up and down. Just so you know, you can look that up if you want, or you can watch one of my videos about the cost of probate. I do have that if you just scroll through my archive or my podcasts. Now, the reason we create an estate plan generally is to try and avoid probate, but not everybody's estate is even going to trigger probate. And what I mean by triggering probate is if your estate is worth in the whole less than $166,250 in 2021 in California, then you aren't going to have to worry about probate. But what is even included in your estate? That is what I'm answering today. So first, any items, personal items that you own are included in your estate. If you can value them, which most everything can be valued, they're going to be added up and tallied into your estate. That is everything from your jewelry to your vehicles to your clothing, your computers, your IT, any kind of digital property that you own that's valuable in any way is also included in that. So first, it's your personal property. Also includes all bank accounts and any kind of cash you have lying around if it's not in a bank account. Then your real property is included as well. That's homes and land that you have. And there are some accounts that are included for the total of your estate, but do not pass through probate. So, any kind of beneficiary account is going to be included for the total of your estate. So let's say an IRA, but it will not pass through probate because it's a beneficiary account, so it's going to go directly to that beneficiary. It's not going to have to go through the court to determine who gets it. That being said, let me give you a little bit more of a better breakdown of what is your property. Your property means your separate property, things that you've acquired outside of marriage or that were that you inherited during marriage, and it was only given to you and not to you and your spouse. That is separate property. California is a community property state. So your half of community property is included in your estate value. And if you own any accounts with other people that are owned in tenants in common, your portion of that, whether it's an account or property, goes into your estate. What doesn't go into your estate are any items held in a properly funded trust, any items that you've already gifted away during your lifetime and no longer have, any items held in joint tenancy, whether that's physical property or a bank account or some other account. If it's a joint tenancy account, then your half or your portion gets automatically distributed to the other person or persons in that joint tenancy with you, and it does not pass through your estate. Same with, like I said before, IRAs and other beneficiary accounts like 401ks. Those accounts go directly to the beneficiary regardless of whether you go through probate or not. There are also accounts called payable on death accounts. They're a little bit tricky nowadays because our legislature is deciding whether or not they want to keep those and make them a permanent fixture in California or something that sunsets at a certain time. With COVID, that kind of went on the back burner. So that's a TBD, a to be determined. But if you have a payable on death account at this moment and something were to happen to you, the funds or items held in that account would be passed to the person that you have designated that way. Also, life insurance is another beneficiary kind of account. And finally, if you have certain assets are passed between husband and wife or spouse to spouse, I should say, when you've passed away. Those items do not necessarily go through probate, but it really is going to depend on, one, what the item is, two, how you have decided that that's going to pass immediately, because just writing a letter saying that this passes immediately doesn't do anything, and whether it's notarized or not, that doesn't matter. And three, if it's a bank account of some sort, whether the institution requires certain letters from the court before they release that. Because if they do require those letters, you will have to go through some sort of court process. But if you are avoiding probate generally because of everything else, there is a fast track way you can do that without going through full probate just for a letter like that. That's why you need an attorney to explain these things to you and to go through your estate and help you curate a way to avoid probate if at all possible. And if not, then to help you go through the estate of your loved one after they've passed away. You can contact me about that. That's my job. You can find me on my website, www.amandarrochalaw.com. You can comment down below if this platform allows you to do that, or you can find me on social media at Amanda Rocha Law. Thank you.